The old thumbs up right there from dude in an SUV. I appreciate that. It's going to be a good ride today. So yeah, when I got into motovlogging, one thing I swore I would never, ever do was get a GoPro. So here I am with one attached to my chin of my helmet. And I went with the chin mount because I really wanted to get that full field of view to take advantage of the pretty images that you get from GoPro. So here it is. Did it with all the stock parts. The only thing that I needed to get, well, I didn't need to. The only thing I got was a couple of Allen bolts that were the exact same thickness and thread pattern as the ones, the little screw things that come with the GoPro, but have the giant plastic handles on them. Mainly because I just didn't want those big plastic handles sticking out as something to catch things on in my journey and travels. So I replaced those. It looks a little bit cleaner. It doesn't look so clean because now I've got a giant microphone cord sticking out from the GoPro itself, but every little bit helps. And plus I figured I'm not really going to be messing with those. The only one I needed the little plastic handle on was where the base of the camera housing attaches to the very last piece on that. I've gone from my trusty Ion Air Pro, whatever it is, Ion Air Pro 2, I think is what it was, which recorded at a respectable 30 frames per second at 720p for my first bunch of moto vlogs. And I'd always said I was never going to go to the GoPro, and yet here I sit with one on a chin mount. So how did we get here? I had a couple things happen where I had distant shots on my Ion, and so I was trying to zoom, which my most excellent Adobe software allows me to do quite easily. But when I'd zoom in, you couldn't tell what was going on. And that had happened for the last time. So I decided it was time to upgrade. Did all the research. Spent a lot of time thinking about it. And then found a GoPro 3 Plus Silver, brand new for $218 still in the box. Full factory warranty, everything. So, yep, did it. Pulled the trigger. Well, what a journey it's been from the moment that I received this GoPro about a week ago to actually having everything I needed to have the setup that I wanted and publish a video. And first, let me just say this. The image quality of the 3 Plus Silver, and I know it's not nearly as good as the 4 Silver or 4 Black or even the 3 Plus Black, but it's amazing and I love it. Problem number one that I encountered was the data density was so great that I couldn't even preview it with my old computer. I would jump around where I'd see every 15 or 20th frame. Just couldn't process fast enough to keep up with it. So problem number one was the old computer had to go, got a new one. No problem, took care of that. Needed a new computer anyway, you know, for multiple reasons, work, whatever. So that's great. Took care of that, toot sweet. Then came the issue of what was I going to do with the mic, and I use a Cena, so I did a lot of research on whether to go with the backpack and just use my Cena mic or have a wired mic. And ultimately what decided it for me was I wanted to go wired mic. Was I wanted to have continuous, I want my camera to run continuously when I'm on the bike. I just don't want to get on the bike and not be running my GoPro. I've missed too many cool things, too many great moments to allow that to ever happen again if I can prevent it. So, wanted to have its own independent source of audio, high quality, that I would be comfortable with. So, I just decided, rather than sacrifice my Cena, which from my understanding, and I've done a lot of research on it, is if you want to use the Cena for your audio, you sacrifice your ability to use it for other things while you're using it for your GoPro. Well, that's just not going to work for me. So, found a great deal on a GoPro adapter and a mic that I ordered the same time I got the camera, and it took a day or two extra to come in. Then the camera actually shipped and arrived much quicker, or a couple days quicker at least. So, finally got the mic and the adapter. Had to make some adjustments to the housing so that I could plug into it. Got that all straight, plugged it in, hooked it up, went out and took a ride. No difference to the audio. And I spent hours trying to figure out what it was, re-upload the firmware update to the GoPro, mess with all the settings, went on to the forums, and finally figured out it was the aftermarket adapter that I got that a lot of people have problems with when they are trying to go with a wired mic. So this morning was at Best Buy at 10 o'clock when they opened. They're the only place locally that sells the GoPro by 3.5 millimeter mic adapter. Locally, paid the $20, which bothered me, but whatever. And here I am. So, other than having to get a $600 computer and probably about 30 man-hours of time into getting it set up the way I wanted it, it was smooth. So when you're making your transition to a GoPro, consider all these things. You need to have a computer with the right software. My software was fine, but the right processing power and really storage, because the files get really big because of the a much greater density of data for the same length file, because of the greater depth and detail of the 60 frames per second at 1080p. So yeah, just know going in, and don't cut corners if you're going to go with a wired mic on your mic adapter. Do not cut corners. So we'll see if at least the mic that I got with the special deal works out, because that would be nice, but I don't really anticipate that. I will probably end up, I'm kind of a audiophile, like I really like my audio to be clear and crisp. I got compliments even with my cheap Air Pro about how good my audio quality was, and it's because I just played with it, played with locations. So got this mic set up exactly where I had that one, so we will hope that it turns out well. So yeah, I have gone GoPro. Hope everybody is enjoying their early to mid-November. I am. It's warm enough to get out and ride. Have to bundle up a little bit. So what? Probably not that many riding days left where it's going to be over 50 in 2015. I'm making the most of it. So yeah, I miss summer a lot. So anyway, that is all.